from standard form to slope-intercept form. What is slope-intercept form? Slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. We want to get it in slope-intercept form so that we can easily graph the equation. All right, so here's our first example, and I'm going to have two parts to our first example. Example 1 is 2 plus y is equal to 1. Now, in this example, there's only one variable. There's just a y there, so we want to get y by itself. How would we get rid of this 2? How would we move this 2 to the other side? We're going to subtract 2 from both sides. And what you do to one side, if you ever hop over that equal sign, you got to do it to the other side as well. 2 minus 2, they cancel out, and we're left with y equals negative 2 plus 1. Now in this example, this equation, these are like terms. We can combine negative 2 and 1. So we'd go ahead and do that. Negative 2 plus 1 is a negative 1. That's our answer. That's what we did first semester. So moving forward into linear equations, I'm going to change this example a little bit, and this time I'm going to write 2x plus y is equal to 1. Now the difference between these two is now I have an x with the 2. So just like we did, and we want to put it in slope-intercept form here, so I need to get y by itself. I want to solve for y. So I need to move this 2x to the other side, just like we did over here. Over here we subtract 2x, so we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to subtract 2x. 2x minus 2x is 0. They go away. You made that happen. You're left with y on the left-hand side equals negative 2x plus 1. Now we can't combine the 2x and the 1 because the x has a 2 or the 2 has an x and the 1 doesn't. So that's it. We're done. Our equation is written in slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. We could graph it very easily. What's the slope? And what's the y-intercept? What's our starting point? All right, let's do another example. Example 2. Same idea here. I'm going to go ahead and have two sides to it. First one is 5 plus 3y is equal to 9. This is an equation. We have one variable that we want to solve for y. What do we do first here? Do we get rid of the 5 or the 3 first? Now you got to start outside. You start as far away from the variable. You work your way, you dwindle your way towards your variable. So the first thing I'm going to do is get rid of this positive 5 by subtracting 5 from both sides. And I'm left with 3y is equal to 9 minus 5, which is 4. I'm not quite there yet because I've got this 3 next to the y. Now we've got a 3 and a y. Is this an addition problem, subtraction, multiplication, or division? If there's nothing between the number and the y, it's a multiplication problem. So we're going to divide by 3. 3's cancel out. And y is equal to 4 over 3. Now this is an improper fraction. You can leave it this way if you want. You could change it to a mixed number also if you want to, but 4/3 is fine. All right, now we're going to come over here and we're going to do just like I did last time. Same idea. But instead of 5, I'm going to call it 5x plus 3y is equal to 9. We want to rewrite this linear equation now that we have two variables. We want to solve for y so that we could graph it. So I need to move the 5x first and then the 3 second. Over here we subtracted 5. So on this side we're going to subtract 5x from both sides. Cancel out over here. We're left with 3y is equal to negative 5x plus 9. doesn't really matter if you write 9 minus 5x or negative 5x plus 9. Know that it's a positive 9. The reason I write the x first is so that it is in slope-intercept form. The mx come first. Not quite there yet. Over here we divided by 3, so we're going to do the same thing here. But make sure that you divide everything by 3. Because we weren't able to combine the 5x and the 9, 3 has to be divided into the negative 5 along with the 9. Cancels out here. We're left with y on the left-hand side. Slope's always a fraction. It's improper. We'd never want to change it to a mixed number. That wouldn't make sense because we need it rise over run. So our slope is negative 5 over 3 with the x next to it. That's how we know that's the slope. And then plus, now our y-intercept is a starting point. So we do want to actually do the math. Even if it's improper, we want to make sure it's a number. 9 divided by 3 is 3. Because that's our starting spot. You know, so if we were to graph a line, we're going to start at 3 on the y. Just a quick little reminder. I don't have graph paper, but we're going to start at 3 on the y. Our slope is negative 5 over 3. So that means we're going to go down 5, because remember it's rise over run, and to the right 3. So we would go down 5 and to the right 3. Continue on, and then that's going to give us our line. All right, so on your work, you don't have to graph it. You'll just have to rewrite equations from standard form or any form to slope-intercept form.